This week's episode is part 2 of 2, and a continuation of last week's episode for those of you that are concerned about aging and more specifically would like to know some ideas for how to stay young. So if you missed it last week, I encourage you to go back and watch last week's episode where I shared with you my top 10 mindset techniques for staying young and healthy that I believe is even more important than the information I'm about to share with you today. So be sure to check out that video. So as I shared last week, many times people will come up to me and ask me, what it is that I do to stay so young and youthful in my appearance. And again, most people make the assumption that I spend every waking moment in the gym or I'm blessed with amazing genetics. And I'm here to tell you today that that's just not the case. In fact, today I'm going to be sharing with you part 2 of my very own secret fountain of youth so that you can begin implementing some of these steps into your own life in order to reverse aging and prevent aging. So these will be my top 10 secrets for daily skincare and supplementation that I use to stay very healthy and youthful in my appearance. Let's dive in. Welcome to episode 26 of the LeRock Show, where I'm here to help you get your fitness back on track at any age and regardless of your current fitness level, so you can spend more quality time with your families, have a brighter outlook on life, and finally find the true joy that life has to offer. I'm your host, LeRock. Today is a great day to be alive. For those of you listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, thanks for listening and thanks for sharing your reviews because it really does mean a lot to me and the community. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for continuing to push forward and believing in yourself. You have the power within you to take charge and improve your health and fitness by implementing these little tips and tricks that I share each week. And as always, I look forward to your comments because your opinions really truly matter to me. And I'm excited again this week for those of you that are over 40 and are becoming a little bit concerned about aging and who are looking for some simple life hacks for staying younger, feeling healthier, and feeling more alive as we get older. Every week, I share little tips and tricks for losing weight and gaining back your health and fitness. And of course, those all feed into the idea of staying younger. However, this week, I'm going to be continuing with some very specific things that you can begin implementing into your life today. I'm sharing with you this part 2 continuation of my own secret fountain of youth. My top 10 secrets for daily skincare and supplementation. The top 10 secrets that I personally use to stay extremely young and youthful in my appearance. Now, before we jump in, I need to be 100% clear about something. The number one way that we should all get our nutrients and vitamins is through a proper, well-balanced diet. Supplements should be just that. Supplements to a well-balanced diet. Yes, eating a nutritious, well-balanced diet is a crucial component to staying young. 15 years ago, I created my very own eating approach. It's called Automate Your Plate. I used it to shed 65 pounds in 13 weeks. And it was a key factor for me being able to shed all the weight and to keep it off for all this time. Automate Your Plate is based on common sense. It's a well-balanced eating approach that doesn't require you to starve yourself and isn't complicated whatsoever. It's extremely simple and easy to follow. Those that have tried it and followed it correctly have had amazing results. So I encourage you to take full advantage and accept this gift from me. You see, I've put together a step-by-step checklist that walks you through the entire process of automating your plate, allowing you to begin using it as your very own quick start guide so you can download it and you can start benefiting from it right away. And again, it's free. And you have absolutely nothing to lose except for maybe a few pounds. For those of you listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can simply go to ethanlerock.com/automate. That's ethanlerock.com/automate. And if you're watching on YouTube, there is a link down below and you can get it there. Okay, I truly hope you had a chance to watch last week's episode where I shared my top 10 mindset techniques, the techniques that I use for staying young, feeling younger on a mental level, and also feeling younger on a physical level as well. And my hope is that you start using some of those tips that I shared last week in order to help reverse aging and in order to help you feel more youthful in your appearance and in your attitude. You see, if you find yourself at a point in your life where you're starting to be abundantly aware that time is passing and that you're aging, and if you're possibly looking in the mirror and maybe you're seeing some wrinkles where there never used to be any, or you're seeing some skin sagging where it never used to sag, and maybe you're looking for some ideas for how you can prevent or reverse some of that, reduce the amount of wrinkles you have, prevent, your skin from sagging, maybe improve your complexion, and how to just feel more youthful overall. Well, today I'm excited to share with you what I'm about to share with you. Yes, this week I have some awesome tips that I'm going to share with you that you can start using today. And these are going to be very specific in nature. And if followed, these tips that I'm sharing have the potential to help you look younger, help you feel younger, and help you feel more vibrant and alive. So again, the following steps I'm about to share have a potential to help you personally. So I encourage you, as always, to get out a piece of paper or a journal and a pen and to be ready to write some things down. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to be sharing with you my daily routine for skincare and supplementation. And before we jump in, I want to make it really 100% clear once again that I believe the number one thing you should be doing when it comes to getting your vitamins and nutrition, it should be through your well-balanced diet, like I shared earlier, okay? So what I'm going to be sharing with you today are additional things I do through supplementation and skincare in order to stay younger, based on experience. And I have to also start out with a disclaimer. I am not a doctor, okay? I am just a person who's lived a long life, who's learned a lot of things, and I'm sharing my own opinions and experiences. If you decide to do some sort of supplementation or skincare routine for yourself, I always advise that you check with your own physician and doctor in order to make sure it's right for you. Because like everything, it's always a good idea to run things by your doctor or your physician and make sure that the things that you're planning on doing are in line with what's okay for your health and fitness. So let's get into the top 10. One of the very first things I'm going to share with you is for my skin, what I do for my skin each day. I have a ritual every single morning after I take a shower is I use hot water and I wash my face. Additionally, after I take my shower, I wash my face with hot water, like fairly hot, fairly warm, fairly hot water. And then right after that, I use extremely cold water. So what it does is it opens up all my pores, it gets my face clean, and then when I use the extremely cold water, it closes my pores up nice and tight, so toxins and daily, the environment, those things don't get into my skin. And I started doing that about 15 years ago, and it's had an amazing effect on my skin. If you look closely at my face, you'll notice there might be some real fine wrinkles maybe underneath my eyes, but on the most part, you don't see any deep crow's feet around my eyes. You'll notice that my chin is not hanging down like most people in their 50s. Again, I'm in my early 50s, and usually by now, most people have developed some sort of a wrinkly hanging chin or some sort of crow's feet around their eyes. You may see a couple of lines here, like smile lines, and that's really about it. And a couple little lines in my forehead, but that's from my muscles going up and down. It's part of expression. I could get some Botox injections, but I like people to understand, what I'm saying with my facial expressions. So that's my very first thing I do. I use hot and cold water first thing in the morning. The second thing I'm going to share with you, and this again is relating to my skin, is I use a moisturizer every day. And I don't just do it on my face, I do it on my entire body. And actually, it's quite by mistake and by just coincidence that I do this. I have a disorder in my skin where I get extremely itchy and dry all over. And I've had it for years. So we're talking like probably 20 years now. I've been using moisturizer on a regular basis. And I'm going to be sharing with you some of my products today that I use. I'm not endorsed by anybody. This is not sponsored by anything. I'm just sharing this information with you because I want you to benefit from it. Okay, so I do use a skin moisturizer, and it changes over time. I usually stick with the same one for long periods of time, but sometimes the moisturizers that I use, they become obsolete, they stop making them, and then I gotta improvise and change. So most recently what I'm using is this hemp product. Okay, it's called Hemp Body Moisturizer. It comes in all different types and smells and that. This one's for dry skin. It's cucumber jasmine. And I use this on my entire body. So yeah, I'm giving up my man card today. No, but actually this stuff works amazing. It doesn't leave a residue on your skin that leaves you, feeling gross, like you have something on you at all times. And it actually lets your skin breathe pretty nicely. And it leaves me feeling very hydrated and moisturized throughout the day. So I highly recommend the hemp products. You can get them at Sally Beauty Supply. The cool thing about today's episode, you're not going to find a bunch of links down below where I'm being sponsored and I want you to click on my links. This is just honest what I use every day. So yes, I use this product. I also use, and I also highly recommend that you use sunscreen on a regular basis. And this one just happens to be Hawaiian Tropic. It's 50 plus. I am very light skinned. So when I go out in the sun, I burn very easily. And I've been using this for about 10 years now, different versions of sunscreen. But this is the one I really recommend. It's the one that I use right now. It's a 50 plus SPF. So I also recommend that if it's summertime, for example, and you're out there in the summer and you're doing a lot of events, activities, maybe you're at the beach or maybe you're out doing some sports or running, that you reapply your sunscreen as most frequently as possible. I find it's a great defense, protecting you from the sun and the exposure you get, because sun can wreak havoc. Sun is an amazing thing. It's great for the body. It brings out vitamin D and it makes you feel better overall, but also you need to protect yourself from the UV rays. So the third thing I'm going to share with you, we're going to start going into my supplementation now. What do I ingest on a regular basis? So during every week workout, I use a product called All Max Amino Core. It's a branched chain amino acid. And I also combine that with a pre-workout. So I actually mix them both. And this one just happens to be called Hide Nitrox. It's a pre-workout. It's got a little bit of, it has a little bit of caffeine in it and a whole bunch of ingredients that helped you to feel more energized during your workouts. So I'm going to go into some specifics about both these products and why I use them. I usually mix them both up and I put them in a shaker cup like this, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. But I mix them up with some water, and during my workouts, during the entire workout, I sip on these branched chain amino acids combined with my pre-workout, and it does two things. It gives me an amazing energy boost, and it also gets amino acids into me at the perfect time that you need to have them introduced in your body during your workout. And a little pro tip that I want to share with you. With this shaker container, what I do is I drink it during my entire workout. And usually by the time I'm done my workout, so I fill it right up. Usually by the time I'm done, it's pretty much empty. And what I do is once I'm done my workout and I'm done being cleaned up, I clean this container right away. And I put a scoop of the amino core in there, and I put a scoop of my pre-workout in there, and I make sure that it's all ready, and I put it up on the shelf so that the next time I have a workout, I'm not not procrastinating and putting it off and saying, oh geez, I'm gonna do that later because now I gotta get the scoop out, now I gotta put it in here, and where's the container? I'm pretty organized in what I do, and it's a pro tip. It's something I'm sharing with you. I suggest you do the same. The minute you're done your workout, clean the container, dry it out, and put your product in the container so that all you have to do is add water and you're ready to go. So I'm going to stop before I move forward with the next step. I'm going to talk a little bit about branched chain amino acids, what they are. There are 20 different amino acids that make up roughly 1,000 different proteins that we have in our body. Of those 20, there are 9 that are considered essential. In other words, your body can't produce them themselves, so you have to get them from what you ingest in your diet. Of those 9, 3 of them are called branched chain amino acids. It's based on their chemical structure, and those are leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the 3 branch chain amino acids. Now these can be found in protein-rich foods such as eggs, meat, and dairy. So there's 4 key reasons that I do take these during my workout. 1 is they increase muscle growth. 2, they decrease muscle wasting. 3, they decrease muscle fatigue and pain. And 4th, they reduce exercise fatigue, so I can exercise longer. And as we get older, we can use all the help we can get. Now, the 4th thing that I recommend for supplementation is I use omega-3s. Now, in this case, these are omega-369s, but on the most part, I usually just use omega-3s. I picked the 369s up by accident, and I'm just going to use them anyhow. But omega-3 is the key ingredient. That's why I take these. And in this case, these are Jameson omega-3s. And I've used other ones in the past. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm not, sponsoring any certain type of omega-3 that you can take. But these are what I've been taking for a very long time. I also use the Nature's Bounty product, and it's a pretty good product as well. Now, there are several reasons why I suggest that people should take omega-3s. I'm going to go into some of the benefits of taking omega-3s and why it's good for helping you stay young, but I'm not going to go into every benefit of what omega-3 can do for you because there are so many of them. The number 1 reason that I would suggest omega-3s is because they're amazing for your skin. They help keep your skin youthful and vibrant in appearance. Now, on top of that, they lower your blood pressure. They increase your good cholesterol, the HDL. They help lower the bad cholesterol, LDL. They prevent the formation of blood clots. They reduce inflammation. And we all know how bad inflammation can be in the body. They can actually reduce the symptoms of metabolic syndrome and reduce insulin resistance, what I talked about just a few weeks back. Omega-3s have also been shown to help fight mental decline and to help prevent Alzheimer's. And yes, studies have been shown that omega-3s help to prevent many cancers, colon cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer, to name a few. And yeah, omega-3s can also reduce fat in your liver, so it helps people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And for those of us that are getting older, omega-3s help with bone and joint health because it increases calcium and prevents osteoporosis. And the last thing I like about omega-3s is they also help you sleep better. So I hope you know a little more about omega-3s than you knew before. You hear about these omega-3 vitamins and that you should take them, but now you have a very good understanding of all the benefits that you can reap from taking these. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Number 5 in my supplementation is I take B100 vitamins. So this is a Ultra B complex. It is made by Nature's Bounty. And again, I don't promote any particular type. This is the same one that I've been taking for a very long time now. And there's a specific reason, and I'll share that. The main thing is it helps the body metabolize food, carbohydrates, protein, and fats. And specifically, it improves my energy levels. It helps me to maintain a calm nervous system, and it's said to help with brain function as well. So as we get older, we can use all the help we can get. So B100s would be something that I would highly recommend. Now the next one is an obvious one. You might already be supplementing with it. Vitamin C, and I take the Nature's Bounty. It's 1,500 milligrams with rose hips. And again, there's so many benefits to taking vitamin C on a daily basis. I'll share a few of them with you. One of which is it helps to promote collagen in the body. And we all know the importance of collagen on the skin, helping us stay younger. The other cool thing about vitamin C is it helps you to absorb iron better. And it also helps to improve one really important thing, especially nowadays, your immune system, which allows you to recover quicker from viruses. And it also helps your wounds heal quicker. So I hope you're writing out your little list and you're writing everything down and thinking about some things you can implement into your own supplement routine. So number 7, what I take is vitamin D3. 1,000 international units is what I take. And I take 2 of those every day. Now the reasons I take D3, there's a few of them. One is it helps to support the immune system again. So in today's day and age, we can use all the help we can get. But I've been taking these seriously and honestly for the last 15 or 20 years. I found out a long time ago of the benefits, and I've been taking them ever since. The other thing that they do is they do help you to improve your mood. So vitamin D is very crucial for feeling happier on a regular basis. So I always make sure I supplement, especially in the wintertime, with vitamin D3. And the cool thing about vitamin D3 is it also helps fight free radicals in the skin, helping to prevent premature aging, and helping your skin look younger. The 8th one on my list that I use on a daily basis is ginkgo biloba. I take 2 of these, 120 milligrams, and those are also made by Nature's Bounty. It's a good product. And I take these every single day. Now, the main reason I take them is because they enhance my cognitive function. As we get older, we need all the help we get again with the way our brain works. But on top of that, it's an antioxidant that helps combat and neutralize free radicals in the body. It reduces inflammation and it improves circulation and heart health. Ginkgo also reduces anxiety and depression. But again, the number one reason I take it is for my old noodle, so I can think clearer and think faster. So number 9 on my list is coenzyme Q10, CoQ10. I take 1 of these 400 milligram pills every day. It's made by Nature's Bounty again. Sounds like I'm a Nature's Bounty sponsored channel here, but I'm not. This is just what I use. And the main reason I use it is because it promotes heart health, but it also prevents your skin from aging. And that's really critical if you want to stay youthful in your appearance. And the other cool thing it does is it lowers oxidative damage, and it gives you more energy and fuel for your workouts. And it's also good for the brain, and it's also been shown in some studies to help prevent cancers. Now, number 10 on my list, I don't have a bottle with me because I just ran out, but is zinc. I take zinc every single day, and there's a myriad of reasons why I do that. Now, the number one reason I take it as a person who likes to work out in the gym is because zinc naturally increases your body's ability to produce testosterone, and that is a key ingredient if you want to gain muscle. But it also helps with your immune system and improves your metabolism. And with an improved immune system, we can fight off viruses better, and our wounds also heal quicker. So that was 10 things that I would recommend, my top 10 list. And as a bonus, I'm going to share with you something else that I started taking a while back. It's called Osteo Joint Ease for chronic pain. And the reason I started taking this was because I had torn my meniscus about 3 years ago. It has glucosamine and chondroitin. Okay, this is a product here. It's called Osteo Joint Ease for chronic pain. Okay, and it has something in it called Inflame Ease. Now, it's supposed to protect against the deterioration of joint cartilage. The issue that I have is 3 years ago, I tore my meniscus, and I figured it couldn't hurt to start trying a supplement that's made for pain in the joints. I started taking this about 3 years ago. I believe some of the ability that I have today to walk and run without pain may relate to this. I'm not 100% sure, and I got to be honest with you about that. It may just be some natural healing that's occurred. But I figured, you know what, for the cost, it couldn't hurt to put it into my supplementation program. And so I've been taking these for about 3 years. Anybody that's having issues with their joints and pain, I'd recommend they try it out and see if it works for them. A product like this, you got to try for a longer period of time before you'd actually even see the benefits. So I recommend that you, if you're going to try it, these are probably about $60, $60 or $70 for a bottle. So I'd highly recommend that you, if you're going to do it, plan to be using them for at least 3 to 4 months before you feel any effects, and then continue using it if it helps. And the last pro tip I'm going to share with you today, now that we're done my top 10 list, is I highly advise that you pick up one of these from your local drugstore. And it really helps, because what I do on every Sunday, like I said, I bake automation into every single thing that I do. When it comes to my workouts, when it comes to my nutrition plan, and yes, when it comes to my supplementation as well. The first pro tip I shared was this. I make sure that my product for my workout, my branched chain amino acids and my pre-workout are in this container before every single day after I'm done my workout. I clean the container, I make sure it's in there, and it's automatically there. So when I go to work out, I don't just go, oh, I'll just leave it. It's too much hassle. It's already pre-mixed. I just have to add water to it and I'm rocking and I'm rolling. Well, the other thing that I suggest is that you get one of these from the drugstore. And on every Sunday after you're done cooking your meals or whatever day you plan, if you do meal prep like I do, that you load this baby up with all your supplements so that each day you're not going through the hassle of popping this container, pulling the pill out, putting it in your mouth, drinking water, and then going to the next one, popping the container open, pulling a pill out, putting it in your mouth and drinking water, and doing this over and over again. You'll find it to be a real time sucker in your life. With this little baby, you just pop open one of the days of the week, and you just eat. You put them all in your mouth. You drink the glass of water maybe twice, and you are done. It also reminds you whether you took your supplements or not each day. And sometimes it's an amazing reminder because you do so many things in the day. You're rushing to get ready in the morning. You're getting things, getting your lunch put together, getting yourself ready for work or whatever. And all of a sudden you're sitting there going, did I take my vitamins or not? Well, this little guy will definitely serve as a reminder, and you can see, oh, today's Tuesday, I need to take my supplements. So like all things in life, the choice is entirely up to you. I encourage you to research some of these supplements I shared with you and make your own decisions on what you want to put into your own supplement routine. See, today I shared with you the exact supplements that I use. And again, I'm not sponsored to share any of these with you. I'm not being paid to promote any of these things. And you won't find any links down in the profile where you can click on them and buy them. This is just me being very transparent and sharing with you what I use in my daily routine. And you may choose to incorporate some of these into your own supplement routine or your own skin regimen. And I highly encourage you to do so. So be sure to check with your own physician and take the advice of your physician whether you want to implement these supplements into your own life. And you can stay younger and youthful in your appearance, but it all starts with a willingness to take a little bit of action, put some plans in place, and start making some change in your life. It just takes a little bit of effort, and it's entirely up to you. And remember, if you're looking for a new and exciting eating approach, something that can help you shed some weight quickly, but more importantly, to keep it off for a lifetime, then you might be interested in my Automate Your Plate, the eating approach that I created more than 15 years ago. And remember, I used it to lose 65 pounds in 13 weeks, and I've kept it off ever since. And what I've done is I've created the Automate Your Plate checklist. I developed it, created it. It's free for you to download, and it steps you through the entire Automate Your Plate process. So all you have to do is download it, print it, follow the steps 1, 2, 3, and throughout, and you'll be automating your plate in no time. For those of you listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, just go to ethanlerock.com/automate. And if you're watching on YouTube, like always, there's a link down below and you can get it there. So before we go, I encourage you to share with me some of your comments. Do you have a better understanding today after going through all the supplements that I used and the descriptions of why I use them? Do you have a better understanding of what these supplements are for? And I'm curious, which ones do you think that you're going to start taking on a daily basis and why? I encourage you to share because I'm always interested and it can always help the community. I'm feeling young, vibrant, and alive today, and I wish the same for you. You can look younger. You can feel younger. You can feel more younger, vibrant, and alive. And it all starts with taking one step. The question is, will you take it? Have a blessed remainder of the week. And until we meet again, stay healthy, be happy, and live your life with intention every single day.